Hello, welcome to Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. Sorry we're a bit late this week. We normally do it on a Monday, but unfortunately sometimes life gets in the way of YouTube, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, you're a busy man. I was doing nothing.
I'm a busy man. We've got loads of football to go through, actually. We're not really going to touch on the Champions League or Europa League results. We'll just do a little bit. Right now it's Wednesday, so Arsenal have just drawn. Tottenham are playing Red Star tonight, as are Man City playing somebody. Atalanta.
Might not be. Well, I think it might be.
Playing in the Champions League anyway. Yeah. But we're here to talk about the Premier League mostly. It's starting at 12:30 on Saturday. Bournemouth beat Man United at the Vitality 1-0. Arsenal drew with Wolves in the first 3 o'clock kickoff 1-1. Aston Villa losing late to Liverpool at Villa Park 2-1. Brighton beating Norwich 2-0. Man City 2, Southampton 1. Sheffield United smashing Burnley 3-0. West Ham losing a really tight game in the end. 3-2 to Newcastle at the London Stadium. And in the late kickoff on Saturday, Watford lost 2-1 to Chelsea. On Sunday, Palace went down 2-0 to Leicester in a fairly predictable result. And then some controversial circumstances in the Everton Spurs draw, 1-1 at Goodison Park. Starting in the early kickoff on Saturday, Bournemouth beat Man United 1-0. Sounds like the story of United's season. Couldn't create anything. Playing right at the start, but couldn't create anything.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise, was it?
No.
They were really poor in the final third, Man United. Again, Rashford was coming way too deep and not really affecting the play in the right areas.
Yeah.
Bournemouth were fully deserving of the result.
Good goal.
Yeah, really good goal.
Made Wan-Bissaka look rubbish, didn't he?
Yeah.
Josh King. I love stuff like that. A little bit of skin in the box.
It's weird, yeah. It was like in slow motion slightly, the way he just kind of obviously flicked it over and just smashed it in. It's like, was he going to stop him, or was he just to be allowed to do that?
Yeah. But then after that, again, United didn't create.
No, it's really comfortable for them. They never looked like scoring, Man United.
Where do you think the problem is? Do you think it's the midfield?
Yeah, slightly. Pereira was non-existent. I don't understand what Pereira does or brings. McTominay's actually improving by week. I quite like McTominay.
Solid.
Yeah, but they're just missing
something,
aren't they?
He's not exciting though.
No.
He's the one that lets the exciting players be exciting.
No, and I still think they need that focal point up front, which they obviously don't have. I think Rashford from the side is a more...
Did he not play from the side? Because Martial was in the side.
Martial played. Who else played?
Daniel James.
That's their front three, just not working at the moment. There's points where obviously they're looking to cross ball and no one is in the box. It's like,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're trying to score a goal, lads. What are you doing?
If you want to be a centre forward, that's the one thing you have to do.
And when you're relying on Fred to try and score from 30 yards, it's never going to happen, is it? So,
he's poor, isn't he?
God, you're better than Fred.
I definitely wouldn't say that. I'm dreadful.
He's worth 60 million. We're at least worth 30.
Big. I mean, I know you're in the Arsenal Academy, but that's really big.
I need to stop bigging myself up, mate. Any takers? January's coming.
You refuse to play.
I'll still do a job.
On to the first game on Saturday. Arsenal 1, Wolves 1. Arsenal letting a lead slip again.
Yeah.
At home this time.
Every week. And tonight. It's cracking, isn't it? It's really bad. Lineup was a little bit better.
Ozil starting.
Ozil started. Obviously, Xhaka should be anywhere near the squad, and he's not.
Yeah.
A little bit more balance if it feels better. Did watch it back though. There are points where we're just not doing the basics. I saw Ceballos not really marking anyone. Yeah. Kind of just drifting in and out.
Doesn't seem like that player though, does he?
No, and that's where their goal came from. He lost his man, put the ball in the box, and Jimenez headed it in. Yeah. Pretty easy. It's just like that.
Arsenal do seem still easy to break down.
Oh yeah, 100%. That midfield three is still not quite right.
No, and the defence still isn't the one you want to see playing. Holding's still not starting, is he?
No. Mustafi scored tonight. We should be talking about tonight, but even Mustafi scored.
You played 3 at the back tonight with Socrates in, which suggests there may be a door open for Holding to come in this weekend.
It's coming. Yeah, I think the manager is under massive pressure. Obviously, we've now got a new captain, which we both agree shouldn't really be captain.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, so Aubameyang's captain. He's been named this week. Xhaka officially stripped. Firstly, do you think it's the right decision to strip Xhaka of the captaincy?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have had in the first place.
No, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's not a leader. His discipline record is terrible. Terrible.
But Aubameyang?
Not my first choice. I feel like we've done the classic Arsenal thing and given it to our best player who's a couple of years away from his contract running out.
Yeah, not the best player isn't always the best captain. No. And he is your best player.
Yeah,
he is.
100%.
I mean, there are exceptions. I thought Thierry Henry was a fairly good captain when he was there.
Fabregas was good.
Fabregas was good, but the best player doesn't always make the best captain. No. Quite often it doesn't. The top players don't always need that responsibility.
No.
Someone else can do that stuff. Wouldn't let them just play.
Apart from Kane, I can't think of another striker I'd like as a captain.
Kane's a good leader.
Yeah, apart from that, captains for me as strikers aren't always the best choice.
I just can't imagine Aubameyang dragging you out of trouble.
No.
Like, he'll score, definitely. He'll score the goal, he'll put it in, but in terms of the performance level of rallying the troops, he just doesn't seem like the player to me. But I could be wrong. He could prove me wrong. It could be
he goes missing in games, and that's not what you want from a captain, is it?
Well, he could. It could. The extra responsibility could be huge on him. We've got to. He's his national team captain, so he does have captaincy experience.
Yeah, but no offence, I mean you could also play for Gabon. So
they're not far off.
So, for me, I know Bellerin's not quite there, but for me, there's your captain.
Yeah,
he's coming back. He will be in our first
team. He didn't start tonight.
Agreed. I reckon he might be in on Saturday.
Yeah, well, it needs to change.
For me, I would actually add potentially Holding as kind of vice. I quite like Holding, and again, he's going to be close to that team soon. But yeah, issues at Arsenal as usual. Fans starting to get a bit on Emery's back, and I think he's in massive trouble.
How worrying is it that you're letting a lead slip at home? Because the away form's always been poor under Emery, but the home form's been very strong.
Yeah, mentioned that, didn't you? Yeah, agreed. Home form is always a winner, but if that starts to go, home fans at the Emirates aren't the easiest to please at the moment.
No.
So any form of rubbish result, and he's under massive pressure.
How long do you give him?
I've got a feeling we're going to lose. I'm going to say right now we're going to lose at the weekend. We've got Leicester away.
Right.
We're not going to win that game. Not in a million years. I reckon give it maybe 2 or 3 more. He's in massive trouble.
I think he'll last the season. I think as long as he stays in touch with the top 4.
Oh, I get that, but there's a point where results, fan backlash.
Yeah, but in that case, Wenger would have gone 4 years before he went. I know Wenger's a special case, but I just don't see Arsenal's board as being the people to pull the trigger.
No, I get that, but there's a point even. I'm bored of Emery. His tactics are rubbish. His squad selection's terrible. We're not playing very well, and he's not good enough for Arsenal. And we've mentioned names, sort of even Wilder.
Yeah,
Mourinho.
A person who I think should be considered is Mikel Arteta. Knows the club, captained the club, was a good captain.
Yeah.
Speaking of captains, worked under Guardiola, and when you watch that documentary about City, he is Guardiola trusts him and uses him. I think that he's going to be a very good manager.
Yeah. Looking at it, there's not a lot to get the fans. Was there not a lot to take to get the fans back on side? Play your strongest team, give it a go. I don't think it's that difficult. I don't care. I'm just so bored of Emery playing crap tactics away from home. It's boring me.
Arsenal fans are just becoming some of the worst in the league in a lot of ways.
I've always been the worst in the league. Look at the Arsenal fans' TV. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Liverpool.
Hi, lads.
Liverpool scraped it at Villa Park 2-1, 1-0 down with 5 minutes to play.
I mentioned this.
Found a way. You thought, you said Aston Villa were going to win 1-0.
I thought they were going to nick it.
I said they were going to scrape. Liverpool were going to scrape it. We said this last week. This is why Liverpool are going to win the league this year, I think, because they just find a way.
Yeah, they weren't great for long periods, but as you say, they ground it out, and fair play to them. They're on course, aren't they?
Mane's special, isn't he?
Yeah, good header, wasn't it? Really good header.
But the cross as well for Robertson.
Yeah, 100%.
He can do everything. He's not the player you expect to pop up with a header, but he's performing this year. He's outperforming Salah.
Yeah,
massively.
Yeah,
I think he's a better player. I think he's a more well-rounded player.
Yeah, no, agrees. And it was one of those games where I genuinely thought they were going to come unstuck, and they will come unstuck at some point. Obviously, this weekend is huge.
If they keep playing like this,
which we'll obviously again come on to in a couple of days' time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're grinding it out, and fair play to them.
Fixture congestion is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
two games in 2 days. One of them is Qatar. It's not like they're down the road. 2 home games.
Yeah, there's a thing saying obviously fans are getting a bit screwed over because people will want to go to both games. It's just not going to happen though.
No, but I mean,
mad.
How many people get to every single game? How many people?
You'll be surprised,
people
mate.
kicking up about the Club World Cup. How many people care about?
You'll be surprised the amount of fans who take pride in the fact they've been to every single game for a couple of seasons.
But you could get there.
You could. They were mentioning it.
You'll get there.
Seeing on the radio, they're playing in Birmingham. There's a flight early doors to Dubai. Watch the game. Come back.
Well, it's Qatar, not Dubai, but
they're close.
Yeah, but it's a 12-hour flight. Yeah. It's not like it's New Zealand where it takes a day.
No.
So they could get there. Yeah. If they're that dedicated, they could get there.
And I think they'll win both games anyway. So
yeah, well they should do. Even with their B team, they should win. Aston Villa, it's the same game though.
Good from Aston Villa.
Very good without Grealish.
Yeah.
I've said this. They're growing into the Premier League.
They are. They started quite slowly, didn't they? They were struggling to pick up points, but they've kind of hit their stride and they look very, very comfortable.
Unlucky though. Unlucky this weekend. Liverpool, that's how you win championships, by winning the games you play rubbish. That's what Man United did for years and years.
I think Villa will be more than safe. Villa are a decent side.
Man United were known for being a team who, when they played rubbish, won. When they played great, were unstoppable. That's what Liverpool are becoming. Brighton 2, Norwich 0. Norwich are going to go down, I think. I know it's an early call, but they're really struggling.
Yeah, they are. Obviously, injuries is starting to really take its toll.
But even when the players come back, the other players that are still left are wildly out of form. Confidence is down. They're not all going to come back one week and all of a sudden it's a great team again.
Certainly, I don't think they've won a game since their Man City game, have they? Like mid-September.
No.
We're in November now. Yeah, they're in trouble. I don't know what their fixture list is looking like, but I hope they've got a game at home where they've got half a chance just to maybe get some confidence back on side.
Pukki's on a dry spell.
Yeah, again, I think it's probably more down to service and not his actual ability. He'll still take chances if he gets them. I just feel like he's not really getting many. And fair play to Brighton, really good side at the moment.
Yeah, Brighton were a banker almost to go down at the start of the season. They got Potter in. Yep. He's changed the style of play. They look confident. I think that they're sitting pretty. I don't think the thing is they don't need many more wins to be pretty much guaranteed safety.
No, and who came on? Was it Trossard?
Trossard scored.
Yeah, he scored him. He set up the second goal. And he's on the bench. I've saw him every day of the week. He's a very good player.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They've got a few players. They're doing right.
Yeah, they've got Solly March. They're quite good size.
Yeah. Connolly's doing okay.
Connolly.
Dale Stevens always makes me laugh because he looks like an accountant. He just doesn't look like he looks like a Sunday League footballer.
He does. He looks like he's got no clue what he's doing.
And he's actually quite good.
Yeah. He's playing in the Premier League.
Not a bad player. I think Brighton will stay up. I think Norwich will go down at this point.
Yeah. I think Norwich might be stone cold last. My second favourite team. Yeah.
So it's because of their kit. It's because your Arsenal kit was modelled on them. Man City 2, Southampton 1. Much better from Southampton.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Obviously, in the week where it's just been absolute carnage, it's not surprising that they nearly won. It's just typical of the Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, what do we both say, sort of 4 or 5-0, and fair play to them. They thoroughly deserve something, but unfortunately, they didn't quite get it.
It helps when you go up inside the first 5 minutes. Nick a goal.
Agreed.
Fair play. Man City just about found a way.
Yeah, they cannot afford to drop any points, so fair play to them. But there's something not quite right at the moment, is there?
Yeah, they're struggling. You can't just be blamed on the centre-halves because it's going forward as well.
Yeah, sort of people like Bernardo Silva haven't really kind of done anything this year yet.
Agreed. Sterling's on fire.
Apart from Sterling, De Bruyne obviously will always make a difference. He'll always do something where you go, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously Aguero missed a couple of chances as well. I know he scored.
Well, Aguero's sort of out of favour. Yeah. I know he started, but they're bringing in Gabriel Jesus quite a bit. Kyle Walker being the one to score pretty much tells the story, but...
Yeah, it's a lucky goal as well, to be fair.
But again, that's what keeps you at the top of the league.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. They are slightly out of kilter, but I wouldn't be surprised if they won this weekend. I would not be surprised in a million years.
It's a Liverpool aren't playing well either.
No. Obviously, we'll come on to this next week. But,
on Friday. Yeah. What do you think about the Bale-Sterling swap rumour? 70 mil plus Gareth Bale.
That's a terrible deal, isn't it?
A terrible deal for who?
No one wants Bale. Bale's terrible.
Yeah, but I think Bale's more suited to the Premier League.
I get that, but I'll never get rid of Sterling. He's absolutely brilliant.
70 mil plus Bale.
Like, not a million years. Sterling's worth nearly 3 times that amount of money.
If you're Sterling, though?
No, I don't think he would go. He's
for me,
an integral part of that side.
For me, I think if he goes, he wins the Ballon d'Or in a few years. If he carries on playing the way he's playing now, he'll score 40 plus goals.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why, and it's, yes, Messi and Ronaldo are fantastic, but there's a reason why Ballon d'Or winners come out of Spain, because the league is seen to be great, but there's goals in it.
Yeah.
If you're in one of the top teams and you're playing well, you'll score double the goals.
Yeah.
And that shoots you up the Ballon d'Or list.
Yeah, obviously style of play slightly different in Spain, isn't it? It's a bit slow, you get a bit more time on the ball.
Yeah.
It's not sort of as quick as the Premier League, is it?
And the defenses are...
Oh yeah, and then you play against teams like Levante and Osasuna are both terrible, so it's not like a Norwich who might nick something against you. Most teams in Spanish League are terrible.
Exactly. So, I think Sterling wins the Ballon d'Or if he goes. I really do. I think he's getting to the point where he's that good.
I think it depends what obviously Guardiola looks to do in the coming years, because I think he might go soon.
He doesn't normally hang around.
No, and if he goes, I think other players might go, do you know what, let's go somewhere else. New challenge.
It's one of those roles. I know it's not like Ferguson, after leaving after 26 years, but the impact Guardiola's had on the club, it's going to be... He's irreplaceable. Yeah. He's just a superb manager. Superb. Unless maybe they put Arteta in.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Sheffield United 3, Burnley 0.
I said it was going to be 0-0, and I thought it was going to be terrible, but fair play to
Sheffield United are smashing it this season.
Who's it? Lundstrom?
Lundstrom
cannot stop scoring. It's absolutely wonderful. It's like lung-busting runs from midfield every 5 minutes.
And they play lovely football. It's just... They're just a joy, Sheffield United, and I hate to say that because I hated how much they whinged about the last time they went down.
They're so good, and he deserves so much credit, Wilder. They are absolutely flying at the moment.
He's one of the top managers in the league.
He is.
He deserves credits. If they finish mid-table, I don't care who wins the league, he should get the Manager of the Season award.
It annoys me as well because potentially, like a club like Arsenal, the job might come up, and unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be recognised for it because he's not a big name in any way, which is really frustrating because he's doing a fantastic job.
I'd stay at Sheffield United for a bit.
Well, they're a better club at the moment, aren't they? So, but yeah, he deserves so much credit, and hopefully they can keep it going. They're going to be absolutely fine this year. They're miles better than half the league. So
surprising that Burnley rolled over though. Individual errors. There's 2 goals in 2 minutes as well.
See, like 7 goals in the last 2 games. That's not Burnley, is it?
No.
That's really poor.
They're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I don't quite know what's going on at the moment.
I think it's just a blip. I think the Chelsea game was different. It's Chelsea. But, this game, this will happen. A team like Burnley, these games happen.
Yeah.
They're normally tighter. It's normally 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bit of shell shock at some point. It's going, oh my God, we're getting absolutely hammered.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, you weren't expecting this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, they've got the manager, they've got the infrastructure. Dyche will turn it around.
They'll be fine.
They'll be absolutely fine. The team that are really, really underperforming is West Ham. Losing 3-2 at home to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle could have scored 7.
Yeah. Who's it? St. Maximin had a couple of one-on-ones he probably should have scored.
It's like him and Almiron. Neither of them just look like they're going to get a Premier League goal. Almiron will never score. Almiron will score less Premier League goals than Tony Hibbert. That's none. You can't score less than none.
I feel really sorry for Almiron because he gets in so many good positions.
Just can't finish.
Just cannot score a goal.
There was one where St. Maximin went through one-on-one, missed his one-on-one again, then got one-on-one, thought, I'm not going to shoot.
Pass it to my mate.
Pass it to Almiron. And he hit the one spot on the line that the defender was standing in. He had the whole goal to aim at.
Classic, isn't it?
And he's not going to score.
It's a shame. Just that goal will just revitalise him, I think. I hope he gets it soon because he thoroughly deserves it, bless him. But
I don't think so. He dives. I don't like him.
Oh, give it a rest. But fair play to Steve Bruce. I'm so pleased for Newcastle.
Yeah. I saw a tweet saying, what's it going to take for Newcastle fans to recognise that Steve Bruce is doing a good job?
He's doing a
top half, Europa League, Champions League, or do they have to win the league for them to acknowledge Steve Bruce? And I agree with that statement because he's overperforming.
It frustrates me because obviously Newcastle fans will look at Rafa Benitez like a bit of a god and think, oh, he can't not
he didn't do much.
No, he didn't, and I agree. And he's doing such a good job with a really crap squad.
They're better off, I think, than they were this time last season.
Yeah. And
we're the worst team.
Every away game they set up really well, and they're quite difficult to break down. And they do have the pace of Maximum on the break. I thought Johnson played quite well, which made a difference. And they were all right. And obviously the midfield too changed. Both the Longstaff boys
Hayden and Shelby.
And Shelby scored a great goal.
Oh, the one where he hit the bar with the outside of his foot.
Yeah, you've shown me that about 45 times. I still don't think it's that good. But
no, the technique, I actually loved it. Just a flick. But yeah, they've got... See, the thing is, they've got some good players, but they're just... They've got the feel of a championship squad, but they're picking up points. And Steve Bruce has to take the credit.
Yeah.
What are they going to try and... The Newcastle fans will probably try and credit Benitez from last season, but... Bruce is a Newcastle fan. Cut him some slack.
Exactly. And get to January, get a couple of reinforcements in. They're all right. They're going to be fine. I genuinely think they are. They're picking up enough points where you don't think they're going to, and you suddenly go, "Oh, okay."
Are they in the relegation zone?
No, I think they're probably just out. But I'd back them to get enough.
Yeah.
And they will pick up points.
They're doing well. They're doing really well. A team that's not doing very well is Watford.
Yeah, I don't think Watford are ever going to win again.
No, I mean Chelsea was difficult. How about Ben Foster almost scoring at the end? What a save from Kepa.
Salmon flew towards it, didn't he?
It was a great header.
It was a great header, and fair play to Kepa for keeping it out.
And fair play to Foster for going up to him straight.
Yeah, I love it. Jumped on him.
And just went, well done, mate.
Yeah.
Chelsea 2-0 up. Watford nicked a goal.
Yeah, it was comfortable for Chelsea. Obviously, they did the penalty. It was a penalty, Jorginho. I'm sorry, but you did catch him.
Yeah.
And fair play to Delafeu, put it away. But they were really comfortable, Chelsea. They never really looked like losing. And, well, until Ben Foster nearly scored. But, yeah.
Well, it would have been a draw.
Yeah.
Chelsea midweek as well. What a game last night. I wish I'd seen it.
I watched the last 20 minutes and it was absolutely wonderful.
Was it 4-4?
Yeah,
and then a goal
down.
disallowed by VAR. Reece James, I love that Reece James scored the
absolutely
equaliser.
smashed it in as well.
He wasn't taking any prisoners, was he?
No.
2 red cards at once, which was odd.
Yes.
I've never seen that happen where they played advantage and gone back for a second yellow.
Yeah, it was great to watch. It was quite funny, actually.
Another second yellow for handball. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's move on from that straight away anyway. Palace 0, Leicester 2. Leicester weren't fantastic but got the job done. They still dominated.
They had probably 70% of the ball. Palace were absolutely terrible. They barely did anything.
That's what we expect from Palace.
Yeah, so I hate home teams to set up like that at home. Just give it a go. You never know. And fair play to Leicester.
Ciancio and Vardy.
Yeah, perfect. They look like the 3rd best team in the league, and I think they're going to finish 3rd.
I tell you what wasn't one of the best things in the league. Vardy's bird celebration. What was that?
I don't know.
It's dreadful.
At least we're not talking about his wife. That's good.
We can.
No,
I loved it.
Cleans all over it.
I loved it when people chanting Rooney at him. Oh, it was just brilliant. Brilliant. Rooney. But no, Leicester look like the 3rd best team in the league. I don't really want to talk much more about them because we've said it.
They're just efficient and they're doing the job, unlike our teams.
And they're going to beat
really
Arsenal this weekend.
Oh yeah, we are 6 points behind them. I think it's going to be 9 soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's incredible. Fair play to them.
Right, on to the late kickoff. And this game was boring.
Oh,
Everton won, Spurs
possibly
won.
the worst afternoon we've ever had in the pub. It was terrible.
Well,
It was in your company, yeah, I was going to
Cheers,
say.
mate. No, it was a bad game.
Food was
Just
great, but
nothing happened.
yeah, it's poor.
Nothing happened.
No, it was 2 teams who clearly aren't in a lot of form.
Yeah.
Really cancelling each other out, and obviously it was marred by the circumstances.
We'll get to that in a minute. Pochettino's come out this week and said that he doesn't think that Eriksen's performance level has dropped and he's happy with him.
Is he blind or is he?
I think, and I'm hoping that he's just protecting the player, like a good manager should.
Yeah.
He's not bigging him out.
Behind closed doors.
He should be screaming at him.
Yeah.
He should have dropped him. He shouldn't be anywhere near the final. He was awful.
I heard on the radio he contributed nothing to the game.
He contributed
nothing. Nothing. He did nothing.
And he lost
positive.
he lost the ball more than anybody else. And I tell you what, I saw that I've not seen from him. An extra thing that's gone bad. His first touch was abysmal.
He's just really bad.
It was bouncing off him and going straight to Everton players every time.
I don't get why you would continue to play him. He's really out of form and he's not interested.
Yeah.
Just take him out. I'm sure there's someone else who can come in.
Yeah.
Give a youngster a go. Just blood someone for half the season.
You
never know.
I tweeted this week asking if he's the new Alexis Sanchez. If he's just out of form, he'll go to United, he'll play well for 2 weeks because he'll look a bit lively, and then he'll fall back into this form and end up in Italy.
What is he now? Probably 27, 28?
He's about my age, 26, 27, yeah.
Okay, so
26, I think.
He's got time, but even so, there's nothing to suggest.
It happens though. He hit hot very young, like 18.
Ajax is very good. There's nothing to suggest his form is going to improve dramatically to make you suddenly go, there's the Eriksen we remember.
No, most Spurs fans agree with me, but one Spurs fan tweeted back saying, I can't believe Spurs fans don't think he's a good player, and it's just like,
he's not a bad player.
No, but the thing is, we've seen this with Sanchez. We've seen it with Torres.
Yeah.
There are players you've seen this with that they're very good, very young, and then their form deserts them and their ability just goes. And it just strikes me that could happen. He could turn it around. He could leave the club and it could literally be that. But it's hard to get yourself back into... Especially when it's stuff like your first touch. Like that.
I don't know, new lease of life somewhere else, he might spring in a step.
It's going to take a hell of a manager to build his confidence back
It depends where he goes though, doesn't it? But at the moment, for me, he should not be playing for Spurs for the foreseeable. I wouldn't play him again.
No.
I think it's been terrible.
It was terrible. Delhi scored, did nothing else but scored.
He took the goal beautifully,
yes,
by the way.
He did.
Nice from Iwobi with the assist.
Yeah, I'd have Delhi in there over Eriksen every day. Ryan Sessegnon coming in was good to see him get on for a minute, but good to see him get a game. Lo Celso didn't do a lot when he came on, but it was a tough game.
Yeah, I'd just shove him in Lo Celso now. You stop coming off the bench for 20 minutes. Just give him a game.
Over Eriksen, absolutely. At least he ran around a bit.
Yeah.
Right, let's get to the nitty gritty. Awful. awful thing happened to Andre Gomez. You hate seeing that.
Yeah.
It was such an unfortunate incident. It was a weird one. He'd elbowed, not really, but his arm had hit Son in the build-up.
Yeah.
Son looked a bit frustrated and tripped him.
Did what all players do.
He tripped him. It wasn't the worst tackle you'll see. It wasn't a good tackle. It wasn't a bad tackle. He tripped him up.
Yeah.
And then it looked like, because we didn't get to see the full replay, they stopped it, thank God, because I'm squeamish.
No, me and you both didn't really understand what was going on for a while. So I went, oh my God.
Yeah,
okay.
It looked like Gomez standing foot hit the ground, his studs maybe got caught, and then he went into Aurier as well.
Yeah.
And he's dislocated his ankle and broke his leg, which is just, that's at least a year. That's horrible. That's Eduardo, that's Aaron Ramsey. That's that type of injury.
Which is very, very frustrating, firstly for him and for the club, because he's probably their best midfielder.
He's a
by
very
miles.
classy player. He just, in the 10 minutes before that, he'd started to really come alive as well, hadn't he?
Yeah, he's a really good player.
I really like him. I wish we'd bought him at Spurs. He'd be great.
Oh, he's injured now.
He can actually keep the ball. But it was a horrible one. However,
the referee
got it wrong.
Was horrendous.
Another referee came out and said he should have sent out both Son and Aurier for endangering the player. It's just like, if that, what happened is he was going to give Son a yellow card. He changed it to a red when he saw the injury, and the rule was for endangering an opponent. But then that means every time you trip somebody up, you should be being sent off.
Yeah, exactly.
But what has also come out, and it's a big indictment on VAR, is that the Premier League's overturned it. If the Premier League is overturning a red card decision that VAR hasn't, that's shocking. VAR throughout the game was poor, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
Personally, I think Son should have had a penalty. However, I can understand the not clear and obvious argument of that one. But the reason I think Son should have had a penalty, I tell you what, in terms of endangering opponent, throwing your body weight in towards someone's knee is much more likely to do ligament damage than tripping someone up is to break a leg. On if you're looking at statistically speaking.
Yeah.
However, it was unfortunate with Andre Gomez. Whatever Yeremina was doing was just ridiculous. He just threw his body towards Son. However, I get that one with the clear and obvious. The Dele Alli handball, I do not understand how they can't give that.
No, agreed.
I think they said both players were jumping for the ball. Yeah, but you jumped like that.
Yeah.
If you jump like that and it hits your hand, I don't see what can be more clear and obvious. And it took them ages.
Yeah, your hand should never be up there.
They should have. There was one angle where you saw it clearly hit the hand. They needed to see that and that alone, and that's a penalty.
Yeah.
But like I've said the whole time, the ref should be watching the screen and taking control. It should be the ref's decision, and I think if the ref sees that, it gives a penalty.
VAR is used to help the referee, but the referee's decision is final, really, isn't it?
That's how it should be. It should,
Unless
exactly.
there is something hugely...
Exactly, it should be helping them, so they should be the one looking at the replays. With some help from up in the TMO is giving them advice and looking and saying, hey, there's something you need to look at here.
Yeah.
But that should have been a penalty. I'm a Spurs fan. That should have been a penalty.
Oh, it was ridiculous, the amount of replays. It was really obvious.
And they didn't give it.
Yeah, it was just sat there like, what is going on?
I couldn't believe they didn't give that.
It's just embarrassing. It was great to see Czech Tosin score. Crikey, I thought he was dead. Fair play to him.
He came back and he scored.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Fair play to him.
Yeah, but the red card shouldn't have happened. Everton should have had a penalty. I think Spurs should have had one, but I can understand that one more than the other ones. But I think that it was a bad game. VAR was really bad, but Premier League managers are having a meeting with refs about VAR. At this point, I'm almost... The thing is, they can't change the rules halfway through a season. I think that's really bad, because then the advantage has gone away from those teams earlier in the season. Yeah. It's at the point now where...
Got to stick with it to the end of the year, I'm sorry.
But I want it. I almost want it. If it's going to be how it is now, I don't want it.
No.
If they work it properly, if they just look at how rugby uses it and use it like that, I want it. I want VAR. However,
let's do the right thing.
Trust the FA to think we'll use our own rules different to everyone else and just completely stuff it up. It's awful. It's It's not VAR's fault. It's the use of VAR.
Yeah, and it's just the difference between some decisions being given and others not. Where you suddenly go, well, why wasn't that given?
Yeah,
it's even worse than what we've seen this week. It's like, what is going on?
It's a shocker.
There's no clear lines of what is a foul, what isn't. If VAR needs to be used, if it doesn't, it's like, just figure it out. Go to some crappy league and do it there, and get it all streamlined before you bring it to the Premier League. Because
Absolutely.
it's full of money, the Premier League.
Put it
and
in West Hart's
Spartan Premier League, whatever it is. But yeah, the Premier League is full of money, and these teams are desperately trying to stay in the league. And if they end up losing their place due to a terrible decision, I feel really sorry for them.
With VAR involved.
Yeah,
if it's just a refereeing decision, it's a refereeing decision. Human
that
error,
happens,
fair enough.
yeah. But when you've got the
technology and you just can't use it properly,
Exactly.
it's appalling. It's like using goal line technology and the ref just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Just going, oh no, it's not in.
Mate, it's over the line, it's on screen.
Yeah,
No.
mate, it hit the back of the net.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not in.
Yeah.
That's what VAR's being used like. It's just ridiculous. As for Spurs, I don't see the slump turning around anytime soon. I hope they win tonight against Red Star.
I bet you don't. It's the way, isn't it?
I'm really starting to question Pochettino. And I didn't want to be that guy, but the Eriksen thing is what's making me question him. I don't understand why you can pick him. I don't understand what you're seeing that makes you think he needs to be in the side.
No, I agree. I feel like he's taken you as far as he can, and I feel like you all need a fresh start, him and the club.
He'd be great at Bayern Munich.
He would be great by Munich. We'd be great by Munich. That job's a great job. So yeah, there's just it's just stale at Spurs. Both those teams on Sunday were absolutely rubbish, and it's horrible to watch.
Yeah.
Just go Pochettino. Go and find another club.
If he drops Eriksen this weekend, at least to the bench, but probably off completely, because he played over 100 minutes of nothing.
Yeah.
And he took off on Ndombele, who was our best player.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Strange choices as well.
Just doesn't
it's
make
weird. Like, there's nothing about Pochettino at the moment. I think, Christ, he's a good manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird decisions.
Yeah,
at the moment.
it's tactically struggling, really struggling. However, I hope he turns it around because he's the best manager Spurs have had since Bill Nicholson, which was in the 60s. So I'll take what we can get. Harry Redknapp was good as well, but not as good as Poch. That was another episode of Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. We'll be back on Friday to look ahead to the Premier League weekend. Big games. Every game is big at the moment because so many teams are underperforming.
Yeah, we're in for a cracker this weekend, aren't we?
It's a great season. I'm actually really enjoying the season, even if I'm not enjoying Spurs. There's one thing left to say, and that's cheers.
Cheers.